Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture on the property of the uniform convergent. Today I will explain you the relationship between the uniform convergence and continuity. Myself Dr. Harish Garg. You can follow my YouTube channel where you can find the playlist of real analysis. In this playlist you can see the various lectures related to the point-wise, uniform convergence, MN test and many other available at the single playlist. You can subscribe my YouTube channel so that when I uploaded my next video you will get the notification. Now the objective of this, we will find the relationship between the uniform convergence and the continuity. Before that, we all know if you have the two functions f and g which are continuous, then the sum of the two function is also continuous. Moreover, if you have f of I where I is from 1 to up to n are my continuous functions, then the summation of the fi where I varies from 1 to n are also continuous functions. That's a simple real analysis. Now we will think about, is this property also hold for the uniform convergence of the sequence? That means if f and x is the sequence of the function, g and x is the second sequence of the function, both are my continuous, then if you add them they are also continuous or not. That's a major objective of this today's lecture. Remember students, if fn converges to the f uniformly and if fn is my continuous, does this f is also continuous? That is the second objective of this lecture. We all know in our previous lecture related to the pointwise convergent, which is available at my YouTube channel, we have proved that if fn is my continuous, fine, then the f may or may not be continuous. Fine, if fn converges to the f pointwise only, fine, not a uniform, only the pointwise, and fn is my continuous, then f may or may not be the continuous. For example, if I consider this example, then clearly say check whether the uniform convergent or not. I need to compute the limit as n approaches infinity of f and x. For more detail about that, how you can check about the pointwise convergence, you must watch about my this lecture examples of the pointwise convergent. Now what is the limit of this? So clearly say you have the two cases. If x is equal to 1, the limit is my 1. If x is lies between 0 and 1, the answer will be 0. It is strictly less than 1. Fine. And because it is my polynomial, fine. So each of the function fn are my continuous. But clearly say this function, this is my fx. Fine. So clearly say f is my discontinuous function at the point x is equal to 1. Fine. So what does it mean? It means the function fn converges to the f pointwise. That's fine. This is my f. Fine. I can say fnx converges to the f pointwise. That's satisfied. Fn is my continuous. That's fine. But f is not continuous. Now the question arises is, what additional assumptions we will ensure us that if each of the fn is my continuous, f is also continuous. The answer to this question will be provided by the term uniform convergence. That means the uniform convergence, one of the most important property of the uniform convergence is it preserves continuity. That means if fn converges to the f uniformly and fn is my continuous, then f is also continuous. Yes, always. This is always. But make sure if fnx converges to the f uniformly, but if fn converges to the f pointwise, fine, and this fn is my continuous, then this f may or may not be continuous. Fine. That's the only difference between the preservedness of the continuity in case of pointwise and uniform. Now how you can prove that? What is the statement is, if the sequence fns is defined on the domain A, which is the subset of the R, and they are my continuous, converges uniformly to the f. What is given to you? Fn converges to the f uniformly. Fine. This is the first thing is given to you. Second thing is given to you that fn is my continuous. Fine. Then your target is to prove f is my continuous. The proof is very simple. Fine. So if you read the statement again, the first thing is they are talking about the continuous function. Second thing, they are talking about the uniform convergence. And the proof is given in the two lines based on the definitions of uniform convergent and continuous. What is the definition of the uniform convergent? So for a given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m such that fnx minus fx less than epsilon. What is the definition of the continuous function? That means take any point C which belongs to the domain, then we can say for a given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a delta such that fnx minus fx. Both are the definitions of the continuous functions and the definition of the uniform continuity. What is your target? Your target is to prove f is continuous. So what you want to prove? So for this, we need to prove fx minus fc should be less than epsilon whenever x minus c is less than delta. That's the definition of the continuity. So let's start with the left hand side. What you can do, since fx is related with the fnx, I can add and subtract fnx on this side. Fine. Now fc, where is fc? Again fc is related with this quantity. So I can add and subtract the two quantities with respect to c and with respect to n. Now I can use the inequality. Mod of a plus b is mod of a plus mod of b. I consider this the first value, this the second, and this the third. So it is less than equal to this value. Now what is this number? Fx minus, by using equation number 1, I can take the negative common, that's the same thing. It is my strictly less than epsilon. Fnx minus fx, by using the equation number 2, it is also less than epsilon. This again by using equation number 1, because it is true for all x in my A, and c is also the part of this. So plus epsilon. That means this number is my 3 epsilon. I call this 3 epsilon is epsilon dash. Fine. Or instead of this epsilon, you can consider as epsilon by 3, so that this becomes epsilon. So I can change this two quantities instead of the epsilon to be epsilon by 3. You can see. Fine. So what is the meaning of that? Now this will be epsilon by 3, epsilon over 3 plus epsilon over 3. Either you can use epsilon over 3 or instead of that you can simply use as a epsilon. That's again the same meaning. There is no worry about that. Fine. Now when I use this expression, that means this result will hold. Only then you can use the value corresponding to this. So therefore this is my epsilon whenever x minus c less than delta. Therefore f is continuous. Very important remark for you when you are working in the CSR net, GATE, NBHM or any of the competition examinations. Always remember student, if Fn converges to the F, what is the theorem suggested you? If Fn converges to the F uniformly, this Fn is my continuous, then this must be continuous. Fine. On the other hand, if Fn converges to the F pointwise, fine, and this function Fn is my continuous, and if you prove that this function is my discontinuous, then this implies Fn is not convergent to the F uniformly. Fine, and that F is nothing but the limit of the pointwise convergent. Fine, but on the other hand, if Fn converges to the F pointwise, that is a very important point for you when you are working in the competition exam. And if this is my continuous, this is also my continuous, what does it implies? It implies Fn converges to the F may or may not be. Fine, may not be uniformly convergent. Fine. So these three remarks are very useful for you. If you prove that it's a uniform convergent, you must be proof that it's a must be continuous function, and so on. Then the convergence is not uniform if the function is my discontinuous. Or in other words, if Fn is my continuous If it is a piecewise continuous, and if you prove that this function is my discontinuous, then Fn is not uniform convergent. For example, clearly say this function is my polynomial. So what does it implies? That means each function Fnx is my continuous. Why? Because every polynomial is function is continuous over the domain 0, 1. Now my first target is to see Fnx converges to something pointwise. How you can check about the pointwise convergence? Again, I suggested you must watch about my these two lectures. So that means we need to compute the limit of the Fnx. Let me compute for you. What is the limit of the Fnx? So definitely as n approaches infinity. So because the domain is my 3, if x is 0, if x is 1, if x is lies between 0 and 1. If x is 0, Fnx will be my 0. If x is 0, then Fnx will be 0. So therefore limit is my 0. If x is 1, what is my Fnx? Fnx is 1, so this value is my 1. If x is lies between 0 and 1, Fnx is my x raised to power n, and if you take the limit, it will be my 0. Fine. So your answer will be whenever x is equal to 1 is a 1, otherwise 0. Now clearly say this function is my discontinuous at x is equal to 1. Or you can say from this case we can say Fn converges to the f pointwise. Fine. Fn converges to the f pointwise, but Fn is my continuous, it is given to you, but this f is my discontinuous function. So what does it implies? What does it mean? That means Fn does not converge to the f uniform. Fine. Second method, the same problem you can do also with the second method. What is the definition of the uniform convergence? Your target is to prove Pnx minus Fx is less than epsilon, or you can say Fnx minus Fx less than epsilon. How you can prove the uniform convergence? You must watch about my this lecture. Examples of the uniform convergence available again in the same playlist. And you already watch about this lecture, so that you can do it by own, and let me know in the comment box whether you are able to get the right answer or not. So what is the important remark for you? If Fn converges to the f pointwise and f is my discontinuous function, then f is not uniform convergent. But, or in other words, you can say the uniform convergence is only the sufficient condition but not necessary. That means the converse is not true. Fine. The converse of this theorem is true only if some additional condition imposed. Now the question arises is, what are those additional conditions? And that additional condition is the function Fn must be my monotonic. If Fn is my monotonic, Fn converges to the f pointwise and are continuous, then you can say Fn converges to the f uniform. Fine. The theorem converse, this is the converse theorem. Fine, because f is continuous, and this result is known as the Dini theorem of the uniform convergence. So we will see this lecture in the next lecture. Till then, you can watch about my all these previous lectures so that you can understand the concept and the techniques. I hope you can enjoy this session too. You can like, share and comment on this video. Best of luck students, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for the support. Best wishes.